Welcome to Crisis in Perception, where we examine the systems shaping our world, one book at a time. Today, we're diving into a system so fundamental we often just overlook it, the industrial food system. And look, this isn't just about what's on our plates. It's about the hidden architecture that designs our daily lives, our health, and even the choices we think are our own.
Okay, let's get into it. Informally known as food, investigative journalist Kristin Lawless takes on a massive systemic problem. She basically points out that there's this growing gap between the products we call food and what our bodies have evolved to actually recognize as nourishment. The whole book really hangs on this one kind of unsettling question. It makes you question the very idea of consumer choice in a system that has already made the most important decisions for us, long before we ever set foot in a grocery store. So Lawless tells this story about visiting a kitchen, and it's just filled with obviously processed foods like these. It's the kind of diet we all know we should probably avoid, right? An easy problem to spot. But the story doesn't stop there. Then she goes into another kitchen, one that's stocked with what we're all marketed to believe are the healthy alternatives. But here's the kicker, and this is really the core of the book. From a systemic point of view, these products are much, much closer to Pop-Tarts than to actual food. They're born from the exact same industrial logic. And here's that crucial shift in thinking. The book argues we need to stop defining the food system by its products and start defining it by its goals. The primary drivers are industrial concerns, things like profit, logistics, making it last forever on a shelf. Human health? Well, that's a secondary consideration at best. This quote from the book just hits the nail on the head. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as it was designed to. That conflict you feel, that tension between what's convenient and what's healthy, that's not an accident. It's a direct result of a system built on priorities that are fundamentally not our own. So how does a system like this keep its grip on us? Well, Lawless points to a few interlocking patterns. The first one happens on a biological level: taste manipulation. Products are engineered to be hyper-palatable. They're literally designed in a lab to hit the bliss point in our brains, creating a craving that whole, natural food just can't compete with. And this gets reinforced on a political level through what's called institutional capture. The regulatory agencies that are supposed to protect public health are often heavily influenced by the very food and chemical industries they're supposed to be watching. It's like having the fox guard the henhouse. And it all plugs right into our daily lives through time scarcity. I mean, in a world where we're overworked and stretched thin, the convenience of these industrially produced foods becomes the path of least resistance. The system doesn't just sell us products, it sells us a solution to a problem it helps create.
So all of this builds to the book's central metaphor, the upside-down kitchen. Just imagine our entire food environment is built on a foundation of industrial needs, not human health. In a world like that, everything is inverted. We're left trying to fit our biological needs into a system that simply was not built for us.
So, this brings us to the big question. The goal of this analysis isn't to give you a new shopping list or a 7-step diet plan. The real goal is to trigger a perceptual shift, because seeing this system clearly changes the questions we ask. We move from asking, which of these yogurts is the healthiest choice for me, to the much more powerful question, why are my choices limited to a wall of sweetened, processed yogurts in the first place? Why is this my only option? The book opens with this powerful quote from Rachel Carson, and it's the perfect place for us to end. This isn't about finding the perfect individual solution inside a flawed system. It's about the fundamental right to understand the systems we are forced to endure. The first step isn't action, it's awareness. This project is free and publicly accessible. If you'd like to support the time, tools, and research behind Crisis in Perception, you can become a supporter on Patreon. For a longer, audio-based analysis of this topic, see the deep dive linked in the description. If you enjoy this kind of systems-level analysis, please like, subscribe, and comment with books or topics you'd like us to explore next.